293.25. Pretty good.
What's up, guys? Tyler Cohen coming to you from Capudano's World Fitness, also known as the Muscle Mill. We started out today with some dumbbell curls. It was good to start out with biceps today. We usually when I'm training arms, I like to start out with triceps, but I thought today was a good day to switch things up.
This is Gary G6 here, and the first bicep exercise we did was a standard dumbbell bicep curl, alternating arms. This is about as standard as you can get. Work their way up. I'm a personal believer in getting as much blood to the and pre-exhausting the muscle as you can right in the beginning of the workout. So I start off relatively light with the dumbbell curls.
When I'm training arms, I like to go fairly heavy. I think dominating the workout with isolation movements and high reps will only get you so far. I like to mix things up. Obviously, like I'll still use isolation movements. We did about 3 or 4 sets there. We went fairly heavy, trying to obviously still maintain getting that squeeze at the top and that full contraction. Just force the blood into the muscle and get that full stretch.
We ended up moving on to straight bar curls. The standing straight bar curls, we just use the normal bench press type bar. Again, I don't like to go extremely heavy, but I like to push myself to a decent amount. I like to say maybe 60% of my max, but you'll never see me going lower on this movement, lower than I'd say 6 reps. If I did 6 reps, that would be a heavy set. This is a staple mass building exercise for the biceps. This is about as old school as it gets. To build, you gotta kind of get down and dirty to build, the muscle up. Build the foundation for big arms.
Next, we move on to single-handed dumbbell preacher curls. This exercise is actually my favorite bicep exercise to do because I like the extra stretch that you'll get at the bottom, and the squeeze and the contraction is just intense. The pump that you get from this movement is absolutely insane.
The body pretty much is taken out of the motion, so you're just isolating the bicep as you go down in the motion and squeeze all the way up at the top. Being that I was working out with Tyler, it was a much advantage to have a spotter there, especially one that knows what he's doing like Tyler does. When you're failing at the motion and you can't do any more, your spotter can push another 2 reps. Those forced reps create immense growth, especially in the arm area. I find that just by forcing it up, for another 2 reps, even if you were to just do forced reps, half reps, those extra reps that you're putting in is definitely going to take you and your physique a long way. Come on. One more. I got 2. Four.
To finish off biceps, we supersetted rope cable hammer curls with a seated machine curl. This was a good idea, we thought, because it was going to completely just burn out the muscle, and it was a great finishing movement. We did a couple sets with that. We just completely burnt out the muscle. Usually when I do hammer curls, I'll use the dumbbells, but in this case, we thought today was a good day to use the rope cables instead. I feel that I get more of a pump and a burn using the cables for hammer curls instead of the dumbbells. So I'll try to mix it up every now and then.
You come from the bottom and we rotate up at the top. Not only does this hit your forearms, the bicep peak, but also the brachialis, which is on the side of the bicep. It kind of connects to the forearm, creates that that lower arm connection that we see on pro bodybuilders being very developed. The rope curl can definitely help you get that width to your bicep from, if you're standing, somebody's looking at you from the front, from left to right for the bicep, that can give you that kind of width, which of course adds inches onto your arm.
I like to train my triceps heavy because I feel that it's a better way to put on better quality muscle, lightening the weight using high reps.
The real reason I do this is not to add extreme mass onto my triceps. This isn't a mass movement for me. This is really just to pump blood into the triceps, lubricate the elbow joints to get them more warmed up for the next exercises that are coming. Pre-exhausted to get the pump. I always like to pre-exhaust to get that initial pump before I go into my mass movements, not only to prevent injury, but also I feel it does help with the growth. So I do like to do that. I do this very high rep. Mostly my tricep pushdowns are somewhere between 20 reps.
The next exercise that we did was close grip bench press. This is definitely my favorite movement for triceps. This is definitely the number one exercise that's going to put the most mass onto your triceps because it hits all three heads of the tricep.
This is a staple in any mass building tricep workout. Close grip bench press, as you know, is you move your hands in closer than a normal standard traditional bench press. It isolates the triceps more than the chest. Doing so, I don't like to lower the weight all the way down to the chest like I was doing a normal bench press. I feel that switches the emphasis onto my pec muscles, which is not what I'm trying to do when I'm trying to work out my triceps. I'm trying to isolate the triceps. By doing that, I usually stop about 1 inch to 2 inches above my chest, and at that point drive all the way up to the top and make sure I lock out. That I feel is the most stimulation on the triceps as I can. This is generally a heavy motion for me. When I say heavy, I mean 4 reps might be the lowest that I'll go on a close grip bench press. You'll never see me doing 1 or 2 or even 3 reps for a clip. I don't find it to be that beneficial to bodybuilding purposes and developing the muscle. But this is the one that you kind of got to get mean with, and you kind of got to start, pushing the heavy weight with.
Last but not least, we finished off with an overhead seated tricep press. I feel that this was a great way to just tie everything in and just finish off the triceps. By the time I was done with this, I felt absolutely just depleted. I couldn't really move my arms or bring them up over my head.
We did heavy dumbbell with 2 hands. So being with a spotter, of course, like I said, it's an advantage. You have somebody watching your back. You can push it to the limit. You can help them unrack and re-rack for you. I believe we moved to the heaviest with this. I did 140s or 150s for a couple reps. This is another heavier motion I like to use. I like to stretch at the bottom and then extend all the way up to the top. And the squeeze at the top is where I feel the most stress as well as most growth that's happening at the top of the motion. But I do believe that for tricep training that getting the heavy movements in is very important.